Devendra, can you quickly describe about your roles and responsibilities, like how much experience you have and what all you do in your day-to-day activities?
Okay. Myself, Devendra, I have 3.4 years of experience in Java, and I have worked on technology like Java, J2, Springboot, Hibernate, SQL Server, and Angular.
Angular, which version?
6.
6, huh? Okay. So, what are your roles and responsibilities? Like, what you do in daily?
Yeah. Like I was involved in a requirement gathering and design and development process, and I was involved in implementing our functionality as per requirement, and I was also involved in like ongoing production support issues. We'll fix them. Yeah.
Okay. So how much do you rate yourself in Java out of 10?
Yeah, 7.
7. In Spring and Spring Boot?
Yeah, like 7.
7. In Hibernate?
Hibernate, not much work on them.
Okay.
5.
Oh, okay, fine. In Angular?
Angular also 5.
Okay, fine. So can you explain me like what are OOPS concepts in Java?
Yeah, OOPS concepts are inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, and polymorphism.
Like, can you explain in detail a bit?
Yeah. Inheritance means getting superclass superclass variables and methods from the superclass to subclass. Inheritance, it's called inheritance. In the polymorphism, it's having like 2 types. One is dynamic polymorphism and static polymorphism. And it's example like method overloading and method overriding. Method overloading means if you have multiple methods with the same name with a different parameter list. Method overriding, it's override the superclass method with the subclass method. And abstraction. Coming to the abstraction, it is used for storing the necessary data and hiding the unnecessary data. And encapsulation. Encapsulation process of binding coding part and binding the data in a single unit is called encapsulation.
Okay, like how do you achieve encapsulation?
Encapsulation, by using Java beans.
Like how can you say that we have achieved encapsulation using Java beans?
Yeah, in Java beans we have specified the variables with private numbers, and we will provide the data and status methods. And private variables methods those are applicable for only that class only. By using data and status method, we can access that numbers from the outside of the class.
Okay, fine. So in which scenario we will go with dynamic polymorphism and in which scenario we will go with static polymorphism?
Dynamic polymorphism, the polymorphism exists at runtime.
No, in which scenario we will go for that? I know you have already explained like what are those, but in which scenario I will go with dynamic and in which scenario we should go with static polymorphism?
Yeah, for the scenario if you have same method, you can access it multiple times. Suppose you have abstract class, and using that abstract class implementation multiple times. By using method overriding concept, you can use it. That is the dynamic polymorphism.
Okay. So have you worked on collections?
Yes.
So on what all classes you have worked extensively?
Hash map and array list.
Okay, these two. Hash map and array list, right?
Yes.
So like in which scenario we'll go for hash map and in which scenario we'll go for array list?
Hash map, it will store the data in the key and data value type. Both are objects. Key contains the unique value and value contains the data. If you have you can get from the DB, you can get the values from the ID and value by using hash map.
So what will happen if I insert the same key twice?
It's not allowing duplicate values. the hash map size.
Will I get any error, or like what will happen?
So it not allowing a null values.
No.
Values, so,
If I am inserting twice a same value, I am inserting twice. Sorry, same key I am inserting twice. What will happen?
it's throwing error on it.
It will throw error. Okay, in this scenario, we will go for array list.
Error list, you have to read the data from the database, and you will iterate the loop and showing that the values in the UI will go with the array list. It will store the it will store the values.
Can you give an idea on features of array list?
Okay.
Like what benefits we get when using array list?
Yeah. Array list is following like its all elements are based on its index order. It follows the index order, and it allows multiple null values.
Okay.
It allows duplicate values.
Okay.
Mainly array list while iterating the data from the DB, and we will show it in VHI, we will use it array list.
Okay, fine. So you have worked on only two classes, it's a hash map and array list.
Different also, like
Sorry?
in hash set and linking.
You have worked on concurrent hash map?
Not worked on, but I have knowledge on it.
Yeah. So what is concurrent hash map? Can you give some?
Concurrent hash map is mainly useful when we iterating the loop. When we iterating the loop, we will insert the data into the within that loop only. We will insert any data into the concurrent hash map. It will throw the normal hash map will throw the error.
Okay.
By using concurrent hash map, it will not throw the any error, concurrent modification error. It will add the elements into the map while iterating the elements. Yeah. Like it will follow the segment logging mechanism, not whole entire hash map logging mechanism.
Okay, fine. So do you have any idea on string constant pool or string pool constant?
Yes.
What is it?
String constant pool, when we create an object by using declaring string s equal to abc, then it will store the value in string constant pool area. It will not store in heap memory. Heap memory will store the values like object values in string constant pool area. It will store like it will load on while class loading like
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So do you have any idea on string builder or string buffer?
Yes.
So can you tell me, like, put some light on those two classes, like when we should use them, or what benefits we will get, or what disadvantages we have in using those classes?
Yeah, string builder is mainly not synchronized one. String buffer is synchronized. Synchronized means it is not allowing more than one thread at a time.
Okay, only that is the difference.
Main difference is that one, and mainly string builder is if you have like speed up the performance, it's not allowing not following.
So which will have more, which will have good performance among the both, like string
builder only because of not synchronized.
Okay. So do you have any idea on immutable class?
Yes.
What is immutable class?
Immutable means if you create an object, it will store the its state in only at the creation of time. It's not allowing modification on its content.
So what will happen if I modify the content?
Yeah, you will get previous data, existed data only.
No, it won't get modified, you're saying? The content won't get modified?
Yeah, mutable it will modify. String immutable it's not allowing on.
Like we will get an error when we try to modify the content?
No, I will not get an error, but we'll get the previous data only.
Okay. Can you tell me like how can we create an immutable class in Java?
Yeah, you can declare the you can declare the class as a final. So
why we should declare a class as a final?
So it's not allowing for method overloading.
It will not allow method overloading if we have final. Okay.
And declare the all variables with declare the all variables with final. So its values which not can be changed. And declare a private constructor. So it not allowing you can create the object only one time only for that particular class.
See, the object creating one time is singleton, right?
Yes.
I am asking about immutable.
Yeah, okay. Declaring the variables with a final, so it can't be changed once it's fixed.
So how I am asking, like how can we achieve that? String is an immutable class, right?
Yes.
So like what might be the logic inside string class? Even it is a normal class only, right?
Yes.
So what can be the logic, like how it is having, why it is having only, like what logic it might be having that it is called immutable class?
Yeah,
okay, what is singleton in Java?
Yeah, it is able to create only one object for it. It is able to create only one object for application. It's not able to create more than one object.
Okay, one instance for an application.
Yes.
So what is the difference between singleton in Java and singleton in Spring?
Yeah. Singleton is in Java it creates the object. In coming to the Spring here, it will create the single instance on bean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even in normal Java also it will create one instance only, right? For bean or for a class. Class is bean is nothing but a class, right?
Yeah.
So what is the difference I'm asking?
Yeah, mainly this one only. If you create the object, if you create the instance for the bean, it will store the only one instance on the string constant. String.
Okay. Any differences between an abstract class and interface?
Yes. Abstract class is having abstract and concrete methods. Interface is only allowing only abstract methods.
Okay. In which version of Java you are working currently?
Sorry?
In which version of Java you are working?
1.7 and 1.8.
1.8 you are working?
Yes.
So can you list down few features of Java 1.8, like what all new things added in 1.8?
Yeah. Functional interface and Lambda expressions, streams.
What is functional interface?
Yeah, functional interface. Interface is having it contains only one abstract method. It's called as functional interface.
Okay. And do you have any experience on comparator or comparable class?
Yes.
Or can you tell something about these two classes? Like in which scenario you will use what class?
Yeah. Comparable is comparing the objects it's itself only.
So what is the method we need to override in comparable?
Compare to.
Okay, what is comparable? Like it is an abstract class or an interface?
It is an interface.
Okay. What is coming to
It is an interface. It's having comparative methods. So it is an interface.
Yeah.
It's having comparative methods. So we can use it by using lambda expressions. For the lambda expressions, like it is useful to store the reference variable for the functional interface. So we can use it by that comparator in lambda expression.
Okay. What about comparator interface?
Yeah, comparator interface. It's having compare method. It is mainly used to compare the two different objects.
Different objects in the sense?
Like mainly these comparable and comparator will used in to sort the elements.
Yes.
So comparator is it will compare the two objects. Yeah.
Okay, like in which scenario we should use comparator, or in which scenario we should use comparable?
Yeah, comparable is following default sorting algorithm by using comparative methods, and the comparator will use a different sorting algorithm. When we have requirement with all the elements for the user defined, then we go for the comparator. Compared to comparable, it will follow in the default sorting mechanism.
Okay, so you have worked on Springboot?
Yes.
So can you tell me what is Springboot?
Yeah, Springboot it's mainly having
what are the features of Springboot? Everybody is running behind Springboot, no? Why we are running behind Springboot?
Yeah, it's having all the dependencies by using its starter dependencies. So we can no need to declare all the dependencies by using in the form.xml file. It's having default starter dependencies, and it's having default server as a Tomcat. So it's mainly useful to produce the burden of the code. It mainly concentrates on the business problem, not all the configuration.
Okay, you have worked on Spring as well, right?
Springboot only. Spring I have knowledge.
Oh, you have knowledge?
Yeah.
So what are the different modules in Spring?
Spring IoT, Spring MVC.
So you just have knowledge, you don't have hands-on experience, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me something about dispatcher servlet in Spring MVC?
Yeah. Dispatcher servlet it acts as a front-end control. Every request when we submit that to particular application, it will get to the dispatcher servlet, and dispatcher servlet is identified the particular controller, and it will request is bypassed to the particular controller, and the controller will handle that specified request.
Okay, so anything can you define what is dependency injection?
Yeah, dependency injection. It will mainly reduce the hard-coded dependencies from the application class and providing the dependency by using some external files, either XML files and set of configuration, set of methods.
Okay, in how many ways we can do that?
By using XML files and Java objects in status and getters methods.
Okay. What? Can you explain what is IOC, or inversion of control?
Yeah, inversion of control is the mechanism to see the dependency injection. It will mainly reducing the hard-coded dependencies at the runtime and providing dependencies based on XML files.
Okay. Do you have any idea on what are the different scopes that Spring supports?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me some?
Singleton, prototype, and application scope.
What is prototype like?
Prototype scope, it will create for every bean, it will every bean initialization, it will create the one object. Compared to Singleton, it will create only one instance for that bean.
Okay. What is auto wiring?
Yeah, auto wiring is internally providing the dependency injection. Yeah. So, for this we have a controller class. We have a dependency injection of the, like we have to access the service class layers method. So we will auto-write the service class in the controller class. We will access by using its reference in controller class, access the service class method.
Okay.
It mainly injects the dependencies of dependency.
Okay. Do you know any annotations, or have you worked on any annotations in Springboot or Spring?
Yeah, Springboot. Yeah.
What are annotations you have worked?
Can I tell the list all the annotations?
No, just few you tell me, like few main things.
Yeah. At the rate controller, at the rate REST controller, at the rate request mapping.
Okay. So what is the difference between at the rate controller and at the rate REST controller?
At the rate controller, it will mainly use it to return the model view object as a return type, where model contains the data and view as a specific UI name. And REST controller, it will return the
sorry, your voice break. What you said?
Yeah, controller is mainly
return. Yeah, controller, REST controller.
Yeah.
What will it return?
Yeah, it will return the model view data and response body.
Response body. Okay. So
coming to the annotations, request mapping, at the rate service, at the rate controller, at the rate repository, and at the rate entity, at the rate column, at the rate ID.
So these are Spring annotations or
Springboot?
Springboot annotations. Okay. So you have idea on Hibernate as well, right?
Yes.
So what is Hibernate?
Hibernate is a URL tool, object relational mapping tool. Here, every object considered as object will consider as a DB table. Yeah.
Every object is a DB table, you are saying?
No, every object it will contain the data, and the columns will be treated as a DB column, and its values can be stored in a DB column rows.
Okay. There are two files, right, in Hibernate? You know, there are two important files in Hibernate: the configuration and the mapping.
Yeah.
So what are those two files? What will they do?
Yeah. This configuration, it will contain all configuration DB details, database user name and password and all these things, driver name. And coming to the mapping file, it will contain the it will contain the all it contains the data of the
Okay, fine. Do you have an idea on exceptions?
Yes.
What are exceptions? Can you define what is the difference between exception and an error?
Yeah, error is we cannot solve the problem programmatically. Error is it cannot solve in programmatically. Exception is unaccepted event occurred at runtime. It causes the abnormal termination of the program, and we can solve it programmatically.
So how do you handle exceptions?
We can use try-catch blocks and and throws methods. For 3 different exceptions, we can use it like that, and we can use create user-defined exception.
Okay, you have I was going through your profile. You are having experience in RESTful.
Yes.
So what are RESTful services? Like how do we create?
Yeah, RESTful websites we can access the specified URL by using specified resource by using URL, and it will find the expected URL, and it will it will execute that specified method in that class and gives the results. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the implementation that you have used here? REST implementation?
JAX-RS.
Okay. So what are the methods inside REST? Like we have something called put, post.
Okay. Put, post, and delete, get method.
Okay. Can you tell me about these 4 methods? Like when we should use these 4 methods?
That is mainly useful to get the data from the DB. Post is used for the save the data into the DB, and put is used to update the data, and delete is used to delete the data delete the data.
Okay. Can you do you have any idea on HTTP status? Like when we should set what HTTP status to the when like what is like 200?
Success related code. Okay.
Okay. So what is 500?
500 client side, server side error, server not found like that.
Okay.
400 client side errors. 401 is bad request. 402 user unable to user not having access.
Okay. Like okay. Coming to the Angular, like what is Angular actually? Can you tell me?
Angular is a JavaScript framework.
JavaScript or TypeScript?
First 1.2 version, basic version is JavaScript framework, and 1.2 is using TypeScript.
Okay.
From the 2 Angular version.
So when we should use Angular? Like
Angular, it will mainly it will improve the performance of the application, and it will have 3 different structure of handling the data binding. It having some features like two-way binding, and
what is two-way binding?
Yeah, you can. If you want to change in the JavaScript file, it will affect in UI, and if you change in UI file, it will affect on module.
What is UI file?
Sorry?
What is UI file?
It's like template.
Template?
Yeah. HTML file.
Okay, HTML file you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So you worked on Angular 6, right?
Yes.
So what all new things came up in Angular 6?
Yeah, from the type Angular 2 version only, it will change the from 1.2 to 1.2, it will change all the required things like object-oriented features and this type-scripted language, all these things. And from the 1.6, not major only, like some features, not remember.
Okay. So what is lazy loading? Any idea?
Yeah.
What is it?
Lazy loading, it will load the when we requested only. It's not load.
Hey, sorry man, the call got disconnected.
Yeah.
So I was asking about the lazy loading thing.
Yeah, lazy loading and lazy loading, it will load the particular resource while initiating. and it not having the entire object in when the application works.
Okay. Any idea on life cycle hookups in Angular?
Yeah.
So what are they?
Yeah, like ng on init and ng on changes and
okay. You have worked on Git.
yes.
Can you name few commands in Git?
We using a tool like source tool. We have all the functions in that tool only, like command, commit, push and pull, all these things.
Okay, you are using Jira. That's about it.
Not here also, but this Git we using the tool like source tool.
Yeah, Git I know. You are using Jira, right? For what you are using Jira?
We'll track the bugs and bug status.
Okay. Okay, coming to the DB, so how many types of joins are there?
Joins, inner joins, outer joins, and self join.
What is select join?
Sorry?
What is select join? The third one you said.
Self join.
Self join you said. Oh, sorry.
Cross join. We mainly use the inner join and left outer join.
Okay, what is inner join?
Inner join, it will if you have two tables with the same ID and we'll get the data from with the ID, we'll join the both tables with the inner join. We'll get the common data between two tables.
Okay. What is left join?
Yeah, it will get all the data from the left table and common data between both tables. Like it will get all the tables from the left side only and matching data on the right side table.
Okay. And so you follow waterfall or Agile? Agile?
Yeah.
So what all ceremonies you attend or you follow?
Like we have sprints only, like sprints based development.
Okay.
Yeah, for the sprint we have some time to develop and we will give that. We'll develop and deliver the code.
Oh, okay. How many how many days of sprint it will be?
It's like 1 week, like
1 week sprint. So how many team members?
We have 13 members.
13?
Yeah.
All are developers?
No, we have your testers also.
Oh.
Testers and front-end developers, Angular.
So, what is the advantage of these sprints when we were having waterfall model? What benefit Agile is providing us?
Yeah, Agile is providing it will develop previously that previous model is when development is fixed, we can't change the modifications on that model. Agile is we'll change the modifications like that.
Okay. Do you what all meetings or ceremonies you attend?
Means this mechanism related or client requirements?
No. You status status calls. We will be having grooming. Everything will be there, right? There are few ceremonies which you attend or meetings you call.
Yeah.
So what all meetings you attend?
Yeah, we have every weekly status call and what is the status of that enter the week, what are they doing in enter, what are the releases, how many bugs is we resolved and total status related of the entire week and any blockers we'll discuss on the stuff.
Okay. So I am done from the technical perspective. So do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
You don't have any?
Yeah. No.
Okay, that was nice talking to you, Devendra. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
HR will update you on this.
When I get a reply from your side?
I don't know, I am just a developer. I need to forward your things to manager. My manager will forward it to HR. Then HR, you will get a call.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.